tell me about, was your the grandmother that influenced you so much? I know there was two of them, but there was one in particular you said.
Yeah, I was raised by my father. My mother left when I was 4 and, went on to be married 7 times in our little town. She was an alcoholic and an addict. But I had a wonderful father. Although when he was 22, I was 4, my sister was 3, my brother was 1. And I think about him all the time, as a father. Like, back then I didn't really appreciate stuff. And I even remember a moment where I got in trouble. I got arrested with my friends, and the sheriff said, yeah, I'm going to tell you, your dad's going to hear about this. And I said, why? He doesn't care. And once you have a child, the second you go, oh my God, you care about everything, everything. So I had no mother, but 2 wonderful grandmothers. And my dad's mother was a kisser and a hugger and a lover, and she read to us, she traveled around the world and just opened my mind up to a lot of things. And then my mom's mother, who'd worked at the factory her whole life, she didn't say much, but she would sit next, she loved me so much. You could feel it, like you could tell when adults want to be with a kid or don't, and she just loved whatever I did. She loved it. Eating, or watching a sports game with her, or just sitting next to her, and I just felt unconditional love. And I hope that everybody in their life gets to be somebody's favorite, because I was blessed to be 2 people.
And you were saying that one grandmother that was quieter, so that had even more of an impact because you knew how much she loved you.
Yeah, you could feel it. It was a visceral, my dad's mother showed a lot of love, and she was wonderful, but my mom's mother would be considered stoic, except she loved me so much. She didn't have the personality of my other grandmother, but it was clear. And I think about that all the time. My kids are 8 and 6. I'm a single dad. I think about that all the time. But, you have to fake stuff sometimes with kids, like you're interested in some stuff, but they know if you want to be with them.
What was this about the meat packing? It was like everyone worked there. And what happened when you were there and you lost that job?
Well, I worked at the Hormel meat packing plant on the kill floor for 3 years to save money for college out of high school. My grandpa retired from there after 45 years. My dad worked there for a while, my uncle, everybody in our town in Tummo, Iowa. It was a great job because they had benefits. And I started, okay, I'm going to work here for a year, get enough money, and then second year I'm still working there. And the third year I started going to community college, which I highly recommend to people, because it's a life changer. And I went out and I wanted to have the college experience. I always wanted that. My buddies were at the University of Iowa, where I would end up, but they were living, they're in fraternities, man, they're doing it. And so community college, we had a community college party one night. And a community college party, the average age of the person is like 65, and it ended at like 8. And I said to my buddies on the way back to the dorm, we need to do something college-y. We're going to streak. And so this is the middle of winter in 1980, and so took off our clothes. We ran through our diner. We're a small town. There was literally nobody in there, and the chef was in the back. I don't know if he's, so that doesn't count. And I said, I'll tell you where there are people. Jefferson Square Manor, the old folks home. And I was thinking, not for the old folks, but the nurses, because we knew all the nurses because they got it. And so the police had been called, so they were on our tail. I didn't know. So we ran in there. The nurses were they did not enjoy it. And we kept running out, and it's me and Mike and Mo, who are still my best friends, and the three big fat guys trying to dive in the back of the car, trying to put our shorts on. And the cops said, they were right there. And I said, you know what, guys? It's a little close for comfort back here. I'm going to put my shorts like a human being outside of the car. And the second I got out and started doing it, the cop handcuffed me behind my back, took me to jail. He had me stand there for a while, completely naked, in December, in Iowa. People are driving by, everybody I'd ever met, it seems like, because we were on the main street there. And so if you do get arrested for public nudity at an old folks home in a small town, it will be in the paper. And you will get fired from your job at Hormel. And that's what happened. And it was one of those moments where I thought, man, this is a make or break thing. And I need to make this a positive. But it forced me to go to do more, to get focus on college, because it gets very easy in a factory like that. You start getting comfortable, and you start looking around, and people are enjoying it. Then people get married, and they both work there, and you got these benefits, and you go, okay, I could see myself slipping into this, but that forced me to